Hello everyone, my name is Bree and welcome to Documented Journey. Today's video is going to be kind of like a studio vlog. I really just wanted to sit down, show you what I've been working on in my sketchbooks, chat with you a little bit about what I've been doing behind the scenes over on Patreon, in my local community, and just kind of share what I've been up to. So this first illustration that I'm working on, I am actually using a fountain pen. I have not touched fountain pens in a while. I've been obsessed with ballpoint pen. So this is, I don't want to say new because it's really not new, but it is new because I haven't done it in a while. I'm just outlining it with the fountain pen to get a crisp line because I wanted to make this into a sticker for my patrons for the month of May. And so what I've done is I have inked it all up, and then I'm going to begin with the watercolor. This sketchbook that I'm using is a Stillman & Burn, and it is the, I want to say beta, but now I'm second guessing myself, so let me check. It is, I was wrong, it is the Zeta series, so it has really smooth paper, almost like a mixed media paper. And so I am obviously not painting the sticker right now. I'm painting this bug at the bottom, but eventually I'm going to be painting that flower and it will turn into a sticker, and I will show it to you later. Did you know that I am co-hosting a sketchbook challenge? I am doing this with the lovely cat Ryalls. She is here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'll list her in the description box for you. But her and I were chatting this at the beginning of the year, and we decided that we need to utilize our sketchbooks. She has a totally different reason than mine. She does the opposite of what I do in my sketchbook. She does a lot of play. She will abandon pieces. They're not normally finished. They are literally sketches for a final piece. And she does large works that are created a little bit in her sketchbook, like the gist of it in her sketchbook, and then she puts them into large paintings. And honestly, it's exactly what I want to do in my sketchbook, but for some reason, I have gotten into this habit of making everything perfect in my sketchbook, and it's a sketchbook. Like, you're supposed to just sketch, and the definition of sketch, which I don't actually have a dictionary in front of me, but the definition of sketch is to like practice drawing. And I've made my sketchbooks into something that like are beautiful books that like I could publish, I feel like. And so I wanted to challenge myself to use my sketchbooks as practice and to play in them and to come up with different ideas that maybe I could do large. And for me to be able to do that, like I was searching and searching for like my favorite sketchbook and the best paper and all this stuff. And ultimately the best paper should be loose, and the best paper should be paper that I use for originals. So they shouldn't be in my sketchbook, right? You know, so I have come to the conclusion that I really enjoy sketchbooks to be not perfect, meaning if they have the perfect paper in them, then I'm going to want to do finished illustrations and I want them to look amazing. If they have the perfect binding, then again, I'm going to want to make my illustration look perfect. Okay, so you get where I'm going with this. The whole goal for me and this sketchbook challenge and this journey is to just practice, not make everything perfect. So that's what I've been focusing on, mainly on my Patreon and a few videos on YouTube, just trying to play in my sketchbook wherever that takes me. That could be watercolor exploration with just swatches, which I never actually do. And if you love to see that kind of stuff and love to see color mixing, you should totally check out Kat's channel. She has a whole color mixing video of like blues, I think, and it's 45 minutes. It's luxurious, and you can hear the rain on her tin roof, and oh my gosh, it's exceptional. And I want to be able to play like that in my sketchbook and feel free to be able to do that in the pages in my sketchbook. And so I've been trying really hard to play more and to practice. And I've been doing a lot of this over on my Patreon. I have a leaves tier. It's the third tier on my Patreon that is solely focused on sketchbooking. And we do this thing where we have a theme of the month. It's called a focus. And so we have that one focus. And then we have studies that we do, meaning I give you a handful of I give you a handful of photos to sketch from. And then I do the same in my sketchbooks. And then we have those two studies, and then we come together at the end of the month for a project, and it's mainly just a meetup. So we're hanging out, we're chatting, asking questions. We sometimes do like 5-minute studies, 10-minute studies, and it's just been a great way not only to practice and play and not make everything perfect, right? But also it's been lovely just filling my sketchbooks with actual images and exploration. And then to boot, I get to have these wonderful relationships with these wonderful people and develop a little art community and get to know one another. And it's just been no words. It's been amazing. So I am trucking along with the sketchbook challenge that Kat and I have, put together for not only each other, but also for you. So if you're interested, it's not too late to hop in on this little journey of ours. And if you need motivation, not only do I have that leaves tier on my Patreon, but Kat, she has a whole class on Teachable. And it's all about filling your sketchbook. And she walks you through step by step how to draw certain illustrations and images. So if you just need, I love the class. I was actually gifted the class by a patron. Thank you so much. You know who you are. But when I want to draw, but just don't know what to draw and don't want to have to think about it, I throw on Kat's class. She walks me through the little sketch, and then I feel much more motivated to continue on with my own things. So if you want to hop on this journey, those are two great resources for you, or you can just do it yourself. And we'd love to see and hear from you. So you can either email us or you can message us on Instagram. We love seeing what you're up to, and we'd love to, I don't know, just chat about your sketchbook and everything like that. So as I mentioned before, I have that sketchbook class over on Patreon in the Leaves tier, and every month we choose a focus. As you see here, I've got a moth that I'm sketching, or butterfly. I'm not actually sure what that is. So if you do know, let me know in the comments below. But that month was pollinators, and this month we are working on perspective. And perspective's quite challenging, as you know, if you have ever sketched before. And I talk a lot about depth and how that's important in perspective, and understanding what's overlapping and your foreground, middle ground, and background. So we're working through that this month. This was a walkthrough illustration that I did for them over on my Patreon. I think actually you can receive this paint along at the $5 option, and that is listed as Roots. So if you're ever interested in anything on my Patreon and you don't understand, just message me and I will walk you through what is available. But that's what we did this month. And then next month, our focus is going to be on birds. I wanted to show you the new collection. If you are a Patreon member, then you do get first dibs. So you can join Patreon for as low as $2, and this gives you access to my website and anything on there that is in the secret shop, which is all the rewards from the previous months and a pen case that I have available. This is the pen case. I made 10 of these and I have 3 left. They loop onto your notebook with this elastic, and then obviously on the inside you keep your pens. It's lined with the plastic bottle recycled felt, and then it has the cork patterns and solids on the outside. This elastic is reversible, so you can put it on either side and it doesn't like mess up the structure of the pen case. So if you're on my Patreon, you get early access and first dibs to things like this, and then I push them live for everyone else. So whatever's left on the 19th when I launch everything else for the general public, these will be there as well. If you are on Patreon, obviously, like I said, you get early access. So with this collection, early access starts for my patrons 3 days, maybe a week before. I haven't mapped out everything officially, but I'm thinking on May 14th, everything will go live for my patrons. They have about a week to make their purchases, and then on the 19th, everything will go live for everyone else. That includes this collection. This is going to be the vinyl sticker for the collection. It is going to be 3 inches by 3 inches. Vinyl stickers, as a reminder, can be put even on cars. It can be put on water bottles. Those water bottles can be put into the dishwasher. They are, for the most part, waterproof. I have had one on my cup for over 3 years and it's still going strong. So, and I put that thing in the dishwasher almost every day. So that is the vinyl sticker. And then as far as the collection is concerned, I kind of wanted to go over things. I like to pair things with all the patterns. I like to pair all the patterns I have with the base corks so you can see what you like and what you don't like. I have mine right here. I love the mermaid tails. This is paired with the shade. And I am going to be doing all the vertical front pockets with this scalloped scooped edge. I just cut along the line so that way it gets that look, and I think that looks really good. So if you ask for a jagged pocket, it's going to come out like this. So these are the base colors, and I'm just going to kind of show you what they look like by the 2 patterns. I want to make sure that these are in frame for you. This is Mermaid Tails. It has a teal color and then black and the wheat, so shade and wheat. And this is Rainbow Scales. It has every color of the rainbow in here, and I love it. I'm gonna start with Midnight. This is a deep dark blue. It actually goes well with both of them. This looks really nice on Midnight. Midnight is so close to Shade that it is hard to tell at times. Shade is black, and it actually looks great with both of those as well. So those are the 2 darkest colors. Here is Lagoon. Lagoon is a little bit blue for this teal color, but I still think that it pairs nicely, especially with Rainbow Scales. I have Branch right here. Branch looks good with both, I think. And then Honey. I do not have Honey in right now. I do have a very similar color to this. I ordered Honey, and it ended up being a darker version of this, so I called it Burnt Honey. It's on the website. I don't have any samples of it at the moment, but it would go well with this. It's a good neutral, just like wheat. I feel like honey is a really good neutral, just like wheat is a great neutral. Here's Avocado. I personally am not a huge fan of avocado with the mermaid tails, but I think that it is a nice neutral and could pair really well with the rainbow scales. Plum looks great with rainbow scales. It obviously has the purple tones in there. Here's goldenrod. Goldenrod looks amazing with rainbow scales as well. And then I have my berry. Honestly, anything will go with rainbow scales. There's only a select few that I think pair nicely with mermaid tails, but I will tell you that you all have come up with some great combinations that I didn't think would go together, but then when I actually put them together, they look fantastic. So if you see something that you like, even if someone else says that they don't like it, don't worry about them, worry about you, go with your gut. I mean, I really think that any color could look really good with most of these patterns. So if you are just as excited about this new collection as I am, please make sure to check out my Instagram. I will try to do my best to update YouTube as far as when the collection is launching. I will also have it put at the top of my website. There's a banner at the top of my website. I will also be putting that information at the top of my website. Instagram is a great place to follow me in my stories and to find out what's happening as it happens. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, everybody, I'll see ya.